On Easter Sunday, Pope Francis wanted to draw attention to the situation in Yemen because it's so rarely talked about and because the humanitarian crisis there is easily as bad as in Syria.
Cristo, nostra pace, faccia finalmente cessare il fragore delle armi nell'amata e martoriata Siria, dove milioni di persone vivono ormai in condizioni disumane, come pure in Yemen, le cui vicende sono circondate da un silenzio assordante e scandaloso.
The Pope's concern is echoed by UN experts like David Beasley, Executive Director of the World Food Programme, who stresses the urgency of the situation.
The situation in Yemen is catastrophic. It's the worst humanitarian crisis on earth, with 16 million people literally in crisis emergency mode, and 5 million that truly are knocking on the door of famine.
According to the United Nations, over half those affected by the crisis are women and girls, while more than 1 million pregnant women risk acute malnutrition. Natalia Kanim is Executive Director of the United Nations Population Fund. She says the world community needs to intervene immediately.
The realities and consequences of inaction in Yemen have never been as stark. The coming famine portends further calamity, and therefore the world must act, and we need to act now.
The spread of COVID-19 in Yemen is making the situation even worse, with some of the highest numbers of cases being reported since the pandemic began. Meanwhile, the United Nations and other humanitarian organizations continue their desperate search for funding in order to guarantee basic aid to those affected.
Doctors, researchers, and historians help us decipher the most remembered crime in history. For the first time, we look at the mystery of the cross from a scientific perspective. The Passion of Jesus, a medical investigation.